Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. So welcome to the After School Special Show, the show where, guests that we can't quite meet on Friday for lunch, you know what? We meet them after school. So it's a time to kick back, relax. We actually have more than 50 minutes to kind of get to know our guests and a chance for the guests to get to know who you are. So with that said, let me bring up my co-host Pat Steven. How are you doing?
Are we live?
We are live.
You didn't say we were going live today.
Oh yeah, of course I said we're going live. We go
No,
live.
I haven't got my Han Solo boots. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, well, dude, you better get those boots together. You
I gotta work the strip. If I can't be in Vegas, I'll make my own. I'll do anything for a cupcake, except if it's gluten free.
Yeah, gluten-free cupcakes are disgusting. Don't let them ever fool you and tell you that the gluten-free cupcake tastes good unless they give you a discount.
No. Have you ever had gluten-free cookies? I had one once because my mom had MS, right? So I was starving one night, right?
No, not cookies, cupcakes.
Picture the most horrible gingerbread ever, covered in cinnamon sugar, and it feels like you're eating that really hard, that really hard bread. You know, they look like little loaves of bread. They're like crackers, but they're horrible.
And I don't touch gluten-free cookies. I've touched one or two gluten-free cupcakes, and that's only because it was a gourmet baker who gave it to me at 50% off because I'm just like gluten-free, not touching it. Well, I'll give it to you for half off. Okay, cool, I'll try it.
You just took the icing off it and left the cake, right? That's pretty much what it was.
No, actually, it was all really good. It was really good. I only trust gluten-free cupcakes if it's like a independent, like a gourmet bakery or something like that, because they know that if it's gluten-free, if that thing tastes like crap, nobody's coming back to buy your stuff.
See, I'm terrified for one thing, because I used to go through those reviews of those gluten-free gummy worms on Amazon, and you read the thing like, I had the poops for weeks. I had the poops for weeks. Dear God, I had to buy a new toilet. And I was like, okay, I'm really
sugar-free candy is not, you're not going to have a good time.
The only thing it's freeing you of is your bowels. That's about it.
That's pretty much it. But yeah, if you're ever having a crap day, go read the reviews for those sugar-free gummy bears over on Amazon. Oh God, you will laugh till you pee on yourself.
I've never gone that far though. There's something I put on a bucket list.
It's an
interesting. We have two hostages in the back, I guess, too, right?
You call them
I don't know. It's the only time I get close to women, so technically it's like a hostage situation for me.
Oh well, they're guests. They're guests that
words on mumble. I'm so sorry.
They
You're
were
fired.
guests that I did not, unfortunately, didn't get a chance to hang out with when they were on Toxic Femme. I was so upset. It's like I did everything behind the scenes to get them prepped for the show. And I was like, well, I'm not actually going to be on the show because I'm moving. So that was a weird experience. And I was really disappointed. But I am so glad that Michelle and Natalie of Force of Light Entertainment are with us. I've been looking forward to this for weeks. So please welcome to the show, Michelle and Natalie. How are you two
Hello.
doing?
I'm doing good. Nice to be here.
And we're very happy to be here also.
Yes. Yeah, I was upset too when I found out you weren't going to be on because, I mean, you're one of the main ones. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but it happens.
Yeah, yeah, it was. You're funny. It was. It was just one of those things. I was like off. I was like off and on, offline because I was moving from Philly down here to Orlando. So
Well, that's a fun move.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
moving's not fun, but once you've moved,
yeah, moving sucks, but
it does.
but I'm kind of getting back into adjusting and all of that. So it's great. It's great. My relatives are happy I'm back in the States, so it's all good.
It is good. It's nice to be closer to family.
Yes.
Yeah, close but
More
not too
alibis.
close. They're about 2
Yes.
hours away. So
That's
well,
that's
yeah,
that's the key to get
Yeah.
close, but not too close.
yeah,
See, it's an extra.
exactly.
It's an extra backyard to bury your skeletons and not have to worry about ever getting caught.
And he went there.
I did go there.
Unless you have relatives that aren't clued into the program.
Well, if they offer you a shovel, they're a good relative to keep.
I mean,
by.
maybe I've watched too
right now.
much. Maybe I've watched too much true crime, but there's always that one relative that screws up the plan, and that's how you get busted. I'm just saying. Oh, but
well, I think now we're gonna have to go read reviews for sugar-free candy because
Yeah.
we're interested.
I was cracking up back here.
I have a quote, and I would like to read
will.
this. This is from Dylan H. Digestive Overload. Well, I bought these fully well knowing the consequences of my actions. However, the unforeseen events that followed included, but are not limited to, my prize hunting dog unable to track due to the horrific stench of my bowels. My wife looking at me with cotton dipped in Vicks vapor rub shoved into each nostril. The bathroom toilet holding up a picket sign saying it wants an increase in wages if it's going to keep going, putting up with my digestive system. A signed petition from my neighborhood asking me to please stop. What was it? To put a stop to suburban whale calling at all hours.
it
of the
is
night. Best of luck.
literally the best thing to just sit there and just watch and just laugh till you. Oh my God, laugh
Yeah,
until it's a to breathe.
Reviews for some things truly it's like the
so
effort
funny.
the effort and time people put into them is it's worth reading.
I mean,
it's hysterical.
You think they were getting paid to like write a piece in a publication, like how detailed and honest and thorough.
Honestly, I'm going to start doing like a morning like video where I just read one of these online and then end the stream. Like, brought to you by Amazon. Don't poop here.
It is, guys. It's a gold mine for flipping material. But speaking of a gold mine, folks, we have 26 people watching. Thank you so very much. Force of Light Entertainment are our guests. Sisters Natalie and Michelle are here with us, and let me go through the chat because hey, if we don't have a chat, we really don't have a show. We just be here talking to ourselves, which will be okay. But you know what? You guys in the chat have the best freaking comments, and I love it. We have Shoom. God bless Texas. I have to see that because it's the avatar. I'm here for the bubblegum and Mexican Iron Man rants. I've got plenty one, but none of the other. Oh, okay. Well, maybe ex-Mexican Iron Man will drop in. He dropped in on my video premiere earlier about the Boo Bash at Disney and how much it was a bust, actually.
So they dropped a deuce on your video? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
Mexican Iron Man?
I have no idea how I would ever know
I wanted
that.
to keep those jokes going. Did it work?
I'm just upset that I forgot that it was a running joke.
Well, it is definitely the runs of a joke.
Especially sugar-free ones. I'll do that for you.
But
Hey,
not gluten-free.
Smear the Poopus, cute bird says hello, humans and other critters. Hello, and thank you so much for being a channel member. Love my channel members. Let's see. We have Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington from across the pond over in the UK says, "Let there be light."
Yes. Amen.
I love it. I love it. Max Relax is here, says, hands his lighter to Gary. There we go. Yep. Like how you guys did that. Love it. We have Rambam 3000 who says, "Hello, fellow chatters." Well, hello to you too. And glad you're here. Keely Chow is here.
Roll Tide.
Yes, roll tide. Roll tide.
Roll
Gotta
Tide.
say that every time we see Keely Chow. And Theme Park Casual, another channel member, says, "Hey kids, how you doing, Theme Park Casual? Good to see you as always." And let's see, there's so many of you in here. I love it. And there is Kaylee D. Hello, my dear. How are you? We're going to have Kaylee D on the show here in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be so much fun to finally have her
Bring your
on.
gay game.
Let's see. Dadman Walking. I'm confused with this intro. Yeah, we're using it until we get one for after school special themes. But
Oh,
it's
is
so
that a
cool.
hint? I'm sorry. I'll get on that then. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a subtle one.
Hey, Fat Steven, I need another intro. Okay.
And there you guys saying hi to everyone. I love it when the guest says hi to people in the chat. It's a lot. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. Let's see. We have Anil Jamali. Hello, the Reina Creole and Force of Light. Love your channels. Keep up the good work. Oh, well,
Aw,
thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
very much.
Can I take the Fatal J one? I just want to be like,
The Fatal J.
hey, Fatal. I'm
Fatal
clean
with
now.
the
I am
Fatal with
so
the
clean for you
koala.
now. Come to Koala Bear.
Oh my gosh.
Do it.
Yeah, you get this is such a running joke.
Hey, wait, come on! He sets himself up like a boo, like he's like, what stereotype? And he's eating chicken in front of on live stream like for like good 20 minutes. I was laughing. You don't remember any of that?
Oh yeah, of course I remember that.
Where he dressed like Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, it's either that or when somebody told him that koalas
Have
can
chlamydia.
transmit chlamydia, and then he looked all disappointed. The stuff that they used to do before I became their producer on the Dark Council. Let's just say that much.
Fatal's funny.
very
Fatal-
funny.
Fatal is like my cousin. He sounds like my cousin. He talks like my cousins. He just, oh my gosh, he kills me. He kills me. Hey,
He cracks me
Elijah
up.
knows it's good afternoon. Doesn't he know?
I mean, okay, and I don't mean to be like impolite on your stream here, but like I feel like there's been more than once I've been watching his stream and he'll just like pass gas.
More than once.
He said more than once.
We call it snoring. We call it snoring at this point.
I love just how open, like he's just that relaxed. He's like, we're all here having a good time.
That's
Just let her up. Like
That's mild compared to some of the stuff that Fatal will
You remember this one?
say. Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Or Sam's Cola the whole night where he was like, hey, you guys get back pay when you drink Sam's Cola? Nah, none of us do. Drink some water, man.
I tell you,
Oh my god.
Fatal and his choice of snack beverage. Hey, GD says, "Hey, what's up? Hello. Theme Park Casual says, hey, Force of Light. Yes, we are doing it live. We're doing it live. And there's Black Superwoman. How are you doing? Another channel member. Says, slides through the door late to class, but plays it off because I'm slithering like that. I typed so hard, my water bottle fell off my desk."
it's impressive.
Oh, are you two
Dedication.
Harry Potter fans by any chance?
Do you know neither one of us have ever watched Harry Potter?
We're thinking about it.
For
There's
a
your first
watch.
watch party.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good watch. I mean, I wasn't really into it either until one of the movies came out, and then I think I only watched the first three, and then kind of left it at that. And then Universal came out with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And that is so immersive and so much fun. I like went back and watched the rest of the movies. So
Yeah, that looks really cool. I mean, I'm again, obviously, I'm not a Harry fan necessarily because I've never watched it, but
But you might be.
But that what they did is really neat.
I think she needs butterbeer.
It's a lot, yes. And not only just butterbeer, but you need frozen butterbeer.
Let's just say this. In the park, I've seen videos. There is a literal dragon on one of the building rooftops that breathes fire literally out of its mouth. Like
it is Gringotts Bank. Sometimes it'll pretend and you think it's going to blow fire and then it doesn't. And people are getting out their cameras and it doesn't. I swear they do it just to mess with people. But the cool thing about the Wizard World of Harry Potter, because they have Hogsmeade and they have Diagon Alley, you don't have to know anything about the movies to enjoy it. It's themed that well. So whenever you guys are back in Florida, you should definitely check it out.
Okay, yeah,
definitely check it out. It's a good time. Hey, your Muslim uncle for $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate it. Says hi from me and Sufi Mom. Well, hello, and say hi to Sufi Mom for us. I so do appreciate that.
Hi, Mom.
So appreciate that. Let's see. I want to make sure I got everybody in here. Suburban whale call. I don't even know what that is. I'm not even going. Hey, Fatal.
Fatal. After we've talked about him.
Just Fatal J.
I love Fatal. Fatal is just Fatal. He is just who he is, and I freaking love it.
I just love that. I clicked on his the Suicide Squad review, and he's like, "It's trash."
Oh, do you ladies watch Suicide Squad movie?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
What did you think?
I wasn't a huge fan. It wasn't my cup of tea. There's like parts that I genuinely laughed out loud, but then it really like the comedy was a real hit or miss for me, and it kind of, by the way I would word it, by the end of it, I was like, the movie, it was like tiresome by the end of it. It just kind of felt like it kept going and going of just absurdity.
You know, that weasel has like left an impression on me.
Natalie laughed out loud in the theater about the weasel. It was embarrassing.
It was.
I heard she went on so loud that even when the scene was over, she was still laughing to the point
she
where
was.
He had to get up from beside her and move to the front aisle just for like 20 minutes.
I feel like we've all been there at least once. Like, like you're in the middle of a big laugh and then it gets quiet and you realize nobody else is laughing.
Well, it's like that Homer Simpson thing where, you know, that the knee to the ball to the groin, he's cracking up laughing, give him the money, he wins everything, and everyone else is just silent in the theater looking at him going, what's going on here?
I get it, because that weasel, it was just so freaking ugly and weird. It did make me laugh. I saw this on HBO Max. I wasn't a fan of it. It was not my cup of tea. I got bored a lot. Harley Quinn was a better character in this than Birds of Prey.
That doesn't exist.
I hope they need to retcon that stuff.
Well, the best thing about that too is like they didn't make it like the Harley Quinn show or the Will Smith show. I know Will Smith couldn't do the part because there was a conflict of interest when it came to the contracts. He was on another project, but at the same time, it like what Force Light was saying, it was very hit or miss with the jokes. Like it was a comedian on their first time on stage, and they just kept trying to drop as many as they thought would land, and they wouldn't all the time. King Shark was trying to be the Groot of the DC universe, and as much as he was a good character, he was still overplayed to a point where it's like I'd rather watch Teletubbies.
Well, he was overused. It's like I told somebody, I said, "There's only so many. We get it. He can eat people. He can shred people. We freaking get it. We don't need to see him munching on somebody's head with the eyes still rolling back and forth. As cool as that effect is, but for this movie, it's just like if you're going to do an ensemble movie, you have to make that ensemble cast gel quickly.
Yeah.
And
that's
they
bad.
didn't do that. And it was
No,
just like I don't freaking really care
Do you
too
know
much.
they
it's
spoiled.
funny that you word it that way because when we left the theater, I told Natalie, I said this movie felt like it was constantly going uphill. Like there was never a point in the movie I felt like it was just rolling. Like it
Yeah.
felt like they were forcing everything along the way. And that's what felt tiresome by the end of it. You're like, can it just finish? Like, can we go home?
About the last like 30 minutes, I would say I did just keep thinking like, okay, is it surely it's almost it felt longer than I think it was, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some points like when Idris Elba was falling through the floor, and they just kept replaying the floor. falling.
Yeah,
That bothered me. There was one more, and it was oh, shit, no, wait. The one thing that made me happy, no offense to Pete Davidson, honestly, but Kim getting his face blown off, and I know it was gruesome, too gruesome for some people. That made me laugh. It did, but I don't know why. It was like, ha.
I'll tell you what made me laugh in that scene was Nathan Fillion's character when his arms went off and were smacking the people like in the face, like just these dumb little arms. Like I genuinely did laugh. I laughed out loud.
And then Harley Quinn's reaction to that.
She's like, what the?
Yeah, like what the heck? I'm like, that's it. Okay, I guess everybody's got a specialty, and I guess that one, was his. But it just I kept looking at my watch. I'm
Yeah.
like, is this movie over? I mean, I did like Ratcatcher too. I did like her because she was just so different.
Millennial.
And you're kind of like, how the heck did you get into this piece? But by the time I actually cared about her, the movie was pretty much almost over. And that, and that took too long. So I'm just like, I'm done. I have no desire to see it, again. And
Same.
they could have done a lot better than they did with that, because it doesn't have anything really to do with budget. It mostly has everything to do with story. You tell the story correctly, people are really invested. Even people like me, like I don't know about you ladies, but DC is not my forte. I'm a Marvel girl. But I know the basics of the DC universe. But when you come up with a niche property like this, like I didn't know anything about the Suicide Squad until the 2016 movie came out. And I knew about the Harley Quinn character, but she's kind of like a one-off. And and that was it. So it just
I think they also had opportunity with Polka Dot Man because they nailed him. His trauma and the fact they were putting his mother's face on everything, and I think they killed off some of the wrong characters in the show. I think they didn't do Peter Capaldi's character justice, especially when it came to Thinker, as well as how he is also known for Doctor Who and other roles. They kind of shortchanged him. And I didn't like the way his scene ended when he was up in the movie. It felt wasted. A lot of parts felt wasted. Like they were just there on screen because someone would remember them, and they were trying to hit as many fans as possible. Like they were trying to throw the jokes. The same thing. They threw characters like they threw jokes, hit and miss.
Yeah.
No attachment.
It's just you gotta make the joke stick the landing, or if it doesn't stick the landing the first time, you purposely write it like that till eventually it does stick the landing. But it's got to happen somewhere.
Like a sugar-free gummy bear.
Exactly, like that.
Ooh, yeah, eventually it's gonna catch up with you. Max Relax with the €5 super sticker. Thank you so very much. Says the pair character lifting some weight, saying keep it up. Well, thank you so much, Max Relax. I appreciate that. I love the teal. I love the pair and the Shiba Inu dog.
Black Superwoman nailed it, and I almost choked on my drink. Oh my god! Oh my god! I love you, Black Superman woman, so much.
I have to tell you, Black Superwoman will come up with some zingers where just don't be drinking anything when you read her.
A little late for that one.
Let's see. We have Filter 21. How do you do, fellow kids? Good to see you. Good to see you doing good. Vertical Horizons. Leviosa. Yeah.
Leviosa.
Hermione. Can Gandalf come get fatal? Yeah, I saw a Lethal Lightning's review of that, and I'm just like, you get me. I'm not even a DC fan, and you get me.
I felt
Sorry,
I feel
go
like
ahead.
we need to get Fatal J to try a sugar-free gummy.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, not on Dark Council. That'll just become a new
You know what?
drug.
Who's to say he hasn't tried that yet? But he's too embarrassed to tell us.
I think the Sam's Cola. I think the Sam's Cola actually fights off the gummy bears, and there's like an internal battle going on, like Justice League right now, fighting Darkseid. But
And I want
we're
him to do a YouTube review. I want him to
Oh,
give
just
us-
for while he's sitting on the can,
Yeah.
going, "I'm coming from you
Yeah.
live." Oh, sorry.
Because
I know you'll be honest.
Yes.
Listen, if we just gave him a great idea. If he does that, that's going to go viral.
It
He's just going to
is.
blow up overnight.
It is.
Well, oh, there it is. What would you rather do? Watch Birds of Prey or eat a sugar-free gummy bear?
Exactly.
That's what he's going to eat. That sugar-free gummy bear.
Yeah, that gummy bear. I'm going for it. How many do you want me to eat?
You're bringing up a flopper. Like a lot of people liked it, some people didn't. That's great. I respect whatever opinion is, but there was another announcement today that's going to be a future flop, and that was Sweet Home Alone or whatever the hell that was called. Did you?
Yes, that's right.
They're
I saw
remaking
that.
Home Alone,
Yeah.
so I called it
Oh my
Sweet
goodness.
Home Flop Alabama. That's what it's going to be called right there. It's going to flop.
Who is
Who owns that? Is that Disney,
Disney.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so
Yeah.
are they just going to redo everything? Every movie?
That's pretty much it, because it's a lot easier to go back and reboot stuff than come up with your own things.
See, you know what I miss is the days where Disney would have like those commercials, and they would say, "Now for a limited time, you would be able to get something from the Disney Vault," and it would be like a redone version, like a fixed version of like Snow White or one of their animated movies that you don't catch in theaters, Lady and the Tramp, stuff like that. And they have that weird magical feeling, get it soon before the vault closes. And now it's like, vault to stay closed. We don't want any of those remakes. Just lock it up, bury it under his grave at Walt Disney World, and find another Mickey. We're done. We're out.
Well, here's
Yeah.
a question for you ladies. What rebooted movie have you seen where it's just like this idea is so bad they never should have attempted it?
There's so many.
Yeah, I'm
It's
trying
like, it's like everyone they do is that bad.
Ghostbusters, 2006.
Ghostbusters, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's bad. And then
If you had
God.
to pick three,
Oh.
I know it's so many. If you had to, the ones where it's just like this is a freaking poster child.
Ghostbusters was really bad. Let's see. That's just kind of a poster child in general.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
No, but that's
No,
not a
I'm-
reboot. That was a sequel.
Oh, that was a sequel.
That's
yeah.
a sequel.
And I
Man.
actually did laugh, honestly.
I don't know. They redid. I mean, I'm trying. You guys would always have to jog my memory of
I know.
some of the
I'm like
reboots
trying to
they've
think of some
done.
of the
I am not a fan of the new Spider-Man. I can tell you that. I really,
Spider
Me
Iron.
neither.
I really can't stand it.
Tony Stark Jr. That's what I call
Yeah,
it.
that's what he is.
Dark Fate, since it's on the Terminator lines, I'll class that as a kind of remake because they're still pushing that Terminator franchise. Dark Fate was horrible. Then we had the RoboCop remake.
Man, I
yeah.
have wiped that one from my memory. I don't know.
What was the one that was banned in China? But it was what was it? The one with no dragon.
Mulan.
Yeah, that's how much. I
You
care
know,
about
I've never
Mulan.
even brought myself to watch it because it's
No.
like, what's the point? They've
Yeah, I haven't
removed
seen
everything
it
that was
either.
enjoyable.
and I loved that movie.
I
as a
loved it as a
kid.
kid,
It
but I
was
love
Karate
that.
Kid.
It was such a wonderful movie, and they removed
Eddie Murphy's voice.
they got rid of him. They really removed like the part of Mulan that got us to buy in because
Yeah.
she didn't fit in at all.
Yeah.
And with the scene at the matchmakers, that's when you really saw how it wasn't going to work for her and just how depressed she was. And she felt like she was a complete failure. She wasn't going to be able to help her family. And then the Mulan reboot, they bring in her freaking sister. We don't care about this, about the sister. And it's like that whole scene, like that way that we get to buy into it. And, and she sings Reflection and you just feel all that heartbreak and everything. Totally missing from this. They didn't even have a soundtrack.
Yeah, because they don't have any music, right? So they stripped Eddie Murphy. I mean, Mushu. Is it
that
Mushu?
song was
Mushu,
amazing.
yeah.
They stripped
Mushu.
Mushu. They stripped the romantic love interest that
with
appealed
Lee
to
Chang,
girls.
yep.
Problematic.
And yeah, problematic. That's problematic. But a woman falling in love with a beast wasn't. So
No.
Right.
Hey, I don't. Hey, well, hey.
yeah.
Pick your poison.
So you
All she has to
get-
do is shave it. That's all she has to do.
so you get rid of Mushu, the music, and the love interest. It's just like,
And the
why do
lightning bug.
I watch this? And I
Yeah.
didn't. Who
Yeah,
else
Would
is
you-
this?
It's
Would you throw
horrible.
He-Man that just came out under the same remake as a flop as well, depending on the circumstances? Like,
Do
I'm
you
not
know,
gonna say it was totally bad.
I never watched He-Man, so that's why we never even covered any of that.
Yeah,
Even though I know it
yeah.
was a big thing, I hadn't watched it, so I would have been
Ooh.
like faking my
Ha-
outrage.
have you
Which I don't do.
watched
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren's Masters of the Universe?
I have not.
There's a
Me
film you
neither.
might have fun with. It's pretty much picture Dolph Lundgren in his prime, dressed as He-Man, shirtless, sweaty like Momoa, holding the power of Grayskull. Yeah, just give it a shot. There we go.
But don't watch Revelation. Just watch the 2002 remake. But just suffice it to say, it was
There he
freaking
is.
hot freaking garbage.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Ram Bam 3000. Thank you so much for the £5, £5 sterling super chat. I so appreciate that. Lorena, I saw you and Nina discuss space junk and the damage to the Canadian arm, and I think you should have explained what Kessler syndrome is. I don't even know what that is.
1 second.
Is that if that's an Urban Dictionary, I don't need to look at it. I'll tell you right now.
Here we go. Supposedly, Kessler syndrome or the Kessler effect, proposed by NASA Donald J. Kessler, is a theoretical scenario in which the density of objects in low Earth orbit
okay.
is due to space pollution is high enough that collisions between objects could cause a cascade in which each collision generates space debris. So I guess what they're trying to say is every space object that hits another space object creates smaller and smaller debris. Am I
Yes,
making
that is the reason why the so-called acronym FOB,
Fob?
was it Bob? Yeah, is a big deal at NASA, which is why they had to make sure literally the area where the space shuttle is that they processed it is cleaner than a hospital operating room. That's why, because they don't want little particles of space junk getting out and all of that. But never said it was Kessler syndrome though.
Does that mean every time I use my fob to open my apartment door, I'm technically causing another space collision? Is that true?
No.
I love dead air. It's great. Makes me feel all insecure and everything. It's so good.
No.
Back to the corner, Steven. Back to the corner.
It's funny. They never called it Kessler syndrome. I think it was like something on board. I forget what the F part
As far
was.
as reboots too, I just kind of feel like the rest of the Disney reboots are going to be bad as far as the princess stories.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
maybe they
yeah.
surprise me, but I doubt it. I
No.
feel like Mulan was like a turning point where up until then they kind of just redid the exact same thing. I mean, literally like Lion King is play by play the exact same thing. But then with Mulan, they started changing things up, and it seems like they're going to continue that trend. So it's just probably not going to go good.
See,
Yeah.
True Grit was a great remake, in my opinion. I loved it.
I haven't
remembers
seen
that
True
one.
Grit.
I
Oh.
have. That was extremely good. I have that on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
That was an extremely good movie.
And then aren't they doing like a reboot to Predator? And I think it sounded awful.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah.
It's hot garbage. But
So
what
that will
is
be on
it?
the list soon.
It will. And it's the cat. Oh Lord, I can't even go there. Just how freaking garbage it just is. Oh, Mexican Iron Man for $4.99. Thank you so much, and thank you for becoming a channel member today, my dear. I appreciate that. What? Oh my! 3 lovely ladies and intelligent ladies, and my buddy Fat Steven. What a show! Howdy from South Carolina. Well, hey, Mexican
Oh,
Iron
sweet.
Man. Hello.
I got a funny story. I'm going to share it now. Everyone knows who Lupita is, right? Mexican's ex-wife. The whole persona.
I don't think these two
No.
ladies know.
Well, he has an ex-wife persona called Lupita, which is Mexican Iron Man's ex-wife, and supposedly the person who plays them, right? Well, one day they were watching the show where they were going back and forth on a Midnight's Edge, and his mom called him thinking it was real and asked if he needed help with money for a lawyer and alimony.
That's pretty bad.
That's sweet. Man.
Oh my gosh.
Can we just highlight, let me see. Can we highlight Vertical Horizons comment at 5:35? Amber
Okay,
Turd
let's see.
versus Predator.
I like
Wait,
it.
wait,
That's
wait, wait,
creative.
wait, 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 wait. Oh, you know she'd win. She's crazy.
And so the predator comes back to his ship for a night of rest. Who pooped in my ship?
Listen,
Who?
guys, maybe Amber Turd had a sugar-free gummy the night before.
It all makes sense now.
That would explain it. That's all I'm gonna say. When people tell you to not go look at something on the internet, don't go look at it. Don't go look at it. Oh, Ram Bam 3000. Jeff Bridges is terrific in that movie, and Haley Stansfield makes an amazing debut. Yes, True Grit. That was a good flick. That was an absolutely excellent movie. Let's see. We have Taz Trace. Hello. I guess that means hi. Hi. Yeah. So many sacrifices on the altar of agenda. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It's not about making great films. And it's not a coincidence. Like, say, for example, if you go to Netflix, I watch so many Nigerian movies, foreign films. A film I think that was, I don't want to say, I don't think it was filmed over in India, but Chris Hemsworth was in it, called Extraction.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking amazing movie. Not a big budget at all, but the last couple minutes of that movie is some of the most suspenseful I've ever seen in a movie before. And there was no agenda with that. It was just an absolute story. So it's interesting.
A basic story. So that's another thing Hollywood has to realize. Sometimes like basic is good. Like
Yeah.
within, like
I mean, it really can be.
well, if you have a simplistic story, you can flesh out characters and add really cool things into it. And they just don't seem to want to do that these days.
Well, the thing is, they don't want to take a chance. They don't want to put some money into something that might fail, so they go with the checklist, and they think the checklist is good enough. They're telling us it's good enough, whether it's actor, mainstream, or not. The fans no longer have the say, but we do have the money, but we're supposed to accept it no matter what because they told us to. But we're at the point where we tell them we're not going to give you money. And look at Black Widow, for instance. It's a flop. James Gunn's, as much as Suicide Squad's hit or miss for a lot of people, same thing. We go back with Disney and Star Wars. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cause trauma. Same thing. When we got from Force Awakens to The Rise of Woke Walker, each time, let's say Force Awakens came out, it made a certain amount. When Last Jedi came out, it lost 60% of whatever Force Awakens meant. By the time it hit The Rise of Woke Walker, it lost another 60%. So it lost a total of 120% from Force Awakens to The Rise of Woke Walker because they aren't learning or listening, and they're always doing things from the minority rather than the majority of fans that will literally feed them money if the quality is up to the par where their escapism has been met. And that's where we're losing imagination, creativity, and escapism. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rant.
No, but that's true. That's something that I talk about. You see the failure of a lot of American movies being ported over to the Chinese box office. They keep trying to say we're making movies for China. Well, foreigners want to see movies about America.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like they want to see movies about America. Like some people I know were like, if I want to see a Chinese movie, I can just go see one wherever. Yeah. It's just like there's nothing escapist about that for me. So they've gotten away from the American blockbuster movie or movies that are uniquely American. They've gotten away from that. And now they aren't paying attention. Like for, let's say, in reverse, like anime. Okay. It's like
Black Clover.
So freaking love some of it because it's distinctly Japanese. Like Demon Slayer, the movie, I saw that. That was freaking incredible. Just like these incredible stories and all of, and all of that. And you have some of these companies out there that want to make it more Americanized and more acceptable. And people are like, no, because we're not going to watch it.
But Lorena, to add to that, what's happening is now that those Japanese studios are actually taking over their own translations and doing it in-house rather than outsourcing to places like Viz Media and Funimation because they don't want that Western agenda subtitles put into the show. And good for them. They're not going to take crap. And what's the Western culture going to do? Ban them on eBay? You've done so much for us. Thank you.
Black Superwoman is right. There's a reason John Wayne is so huge.
Ladies.
Classic.
Well, Az isn't here. You know what I was going to say. Come on.
Lord of
Well,
Az was in
you
here.
really made it. That's a really solid point. Something I hadn't really thought of, because it's like, I know I and Natalie, we both really have enjoyed many BBC shows. And it's like, I watch
Mm.
BBC shows because I want to see that British culture.
Yeah, the
like
different culture.
like I enjoy
Oh
it.
yeah.
Little Britain, yes or no? Have you guys watched it yet?
No, is that good?
Yeah.
Find Little Britain. It is the most un-PC thing ever, and it is fantastic. Go find Little Britain and come back. Like, just like tweet us afterwards. Watch one episode of Little Britain, and
Okay.
you will be addicted.
Is it on
Um,
anything?
Internet. Could just
You
find
can
clips on
you can
YouTube.
probably find clips on YouTube. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. It might be on Hulu. I know for me, Britcoms, besides the IT crowd, I kind of had to not see
Yes.
because that's like work. That's
But it's so
work.
good. Come on, when Moss
I-
gets trapped in the arcade vending
it's-
machine trying to get the iPhone, it's hilarious.
It's like work. I'd rather watch Mrs. Brown's Boys
Yeah.
or my classic favorite, Absolutely Fabulous.
And Blackadder. Let's not forget Blackadder. There's also Mr. Bean.
What was it? The Vicar of Dibley? Did we say
Mhm.
Faulty Towers? Faulty
Faulty
Towers is a
Towers,
classic.
yeah.
Faulty Towers is a classic.
Monty
But yeah,
Python.
Monty Python, definitely classic. But Absolutely Fabulous is my favorite. It's like one of the best girl Britcoms that's so freaking funny. It's funny, it's dysfunctional, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Let's put it this way. Have you guys ever seen the movie Shrek 2 at all?
Yes.
Okay.
I
The
don't know
Fairy
if I've
God.
seen the second one.
Oh, you
Have you
have
guys
it?
seen that one?
I've
saw
seen
I
Shrek
saw the
too.
first one. I can't remember if I've seen the second one.
The second one was when they go to visit Fiona's parents in
Yes.
far, far away, which basically looks like Hollywood. The fairy godmother is voiced by the actress who plays Dina in Absolutely Fabulous.
Okay.
And her comedic timing is crazy. It's funny. It's funny. Oh wait, yeah, Top Gear. Top Gear is another good. The other good. We could do a whole show on Britcoms. We'll have to do that one time. But let me get to Nikki D's super chat for $5. Thank you so much, my dear, for that. I loved Extraction. One of Chris's better acting performances. Apparently, Joe Russo says filming for the sequel starts later this year. Oh, so they're admitting there's a sequel to that.
Nice.
Oh man, that's I can't wait to see how they go with that because the end of that movie. Wow.
Yeah. Right. Can I reply to that Ram Bam Cookie? Ram Bam, I believe Blackadder, the people who did IT Crowd are also, I think some of the writers are actually the same people who worked on the IT Crowd. So if you haven't watched IT Crowd, you will probably see the references and kind of the similarities and the humor if you ever give it a chance. It's a great show.
This is absolutely fabulous. Two drunk, well-dressed women with British accents. Winner. Absolutely. Oh my God.
And what show is that?
Absolutely fabulous.
I need we need to be taking notes.
Like writing down.
We need shows.
Absolutely fabulous is a female British Cheech and Chong. Yes, it is St. John the Problematic. Thank you. It really is. But as Jennifer Saunders. Oh, you didn't like her? Or is it because of her character, yes, she was the worst fairy godmother ever. She was gangster, actually. Yeah, I had seen that, Zach. So it was kind of strange. It's like, is it a sequel? Is it, was it part of a figment of that person's imagination? People were kind of floating theories out there. So to find out there's a sequel, yeah, I'm excited about it because
I always thought it was him.
I did too, but I didn't want to jinx it.
You don't want to have too high of hopes.
Well, ladies, let's see. There's 44 people watching. Thank you so very much. We have Michelle and Natalie here from Force of Light Entertainment.
It's a
So
mouthful.
how did it is, but it's a very, very cool name. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. So why don't you ladies tell us how did you get started in YouTube in general?
Where did the name come from too?
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Oh, well, it started because Natalie's phone's going off.
My phone's so old.
It's so
It's
old.
so
There's jokes.
old.
Natalie's phone is so old.
Natalie's phone is so old. But it won't go on silent.
So just go put it in
So
there.
sometimes like if you see me just like move my arm when we're filming a video, it's like I'm
You
throwing
know
my
what?
phone.
Don't feel bad because I had an iPhone 6, the big one that came out.
That's what she
I had that one.
Mine's like the 5.
No,
I-
yours is a 6.
I had that one for so long because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone. It cost too much. I'm not getting a new phone. And it cracked across the front of the screen. I said, I'm not getting a new phone. But it wouldn't hold battery power to the point where I had to finally get like an iPhone 11, and I was not happy to have to buy a new phone. I was just not
There
happy
is a
about it.
trick though. Whenever you're streaming, you can either go, "Okay, Google," or "Hey Siri," and you'll see your chat light up, going, "Wow, my God, my phone just activated!" Because I love doing that. That's how you can have fun with the interaction of your chat.
I'm going to try that. But anyway, didn't mean to interrupt you. But
Sorry.
Oh no, that's
Sorry.
actually Natalie's phone interrupted.
As it often does.
It does quite regularly. Yeah, so we started actually as a podcast. I'm a minister, and I was going to start a Christian podcast. And as I was doing that, I was like, you know what? I already got the equipment. Why don't we just oh, hey Shane, why don't we just start an entertainment podcast too? Because I love to talk about movies. I would talk her head off about movies, whether she was really listening or not.
First thing in the morning when she'd come stay with me when she lived in Atlanta. So yeah, it's just
So we started that way, and then we got on. I always in the back of my mind was thinking YouTube for what we do now, and but it for whatever reason, I guess podcasts just didn't seem as intimidating because you're not in front of the camera. So it was like the easy way to do it.
to kind of get into talking and
So
I'm still not there yet. I'm still working on it, but
so we did that for a while, and then we went on YouTube, and then we didn't really get serious. Like we just did like one podcast episode a week on YouTube.
Right.
And then we did get serious on YouTube until the whole Gina Carano thing happened. And we just kind of told everyone our opinions, and subscriptions just started going through the roof. And we were like, okay.
don't get too excited. I mean, it was good.
No, well, it did for the growth for what we were at.
True.
Like we started, so we started this year at, let's see. We hit 300 subs on January 2nd of this year. Like, trust me, it was good growth. I mean,
true.
When you were at 300, that first video, to get a couple hundred was a big deal.
Yeah, true.
Right. I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like a few hundred is a big deal.
It is.
But so we kind of got serious at that point, and we started to actually make just videos. And now it's to the point like I upload a podcast if I have like a movie review that I feel is worth putting up. But we don't really do anything with that. It's just kind of there.
Yeah. It's just chilling there.
So Force of Light came from it was my way of how do I combine Christianity and my love of Star Wars. And literally Force of Light was the first thing I wrote. And it was like, that's it.
I had a question also asked. I don't know if this has ever been asked before, but how did you two meet?
Oh, we're sisters.
Oh, you're sisters. I did not know that. Like, I really did not know that.
Yeah, she met,
I feel that earlier too.
Do you know what's interesting? I feel like we need to like say that now in our intro.
I know. It's weird because some people will say, you two look so much alike. So I think they know, but then, so I think that. And then it's like, but a lot of people probably think we're just like friends. That
I mean, someone thought we were lesbian lovers.
That did happen.
Go on. Go on.
It's the world we live in now.
In a multiverse somewhere, that is true. So.
I think too, because back when we were just a podcast, we would say it was just kind of a part of our opening. And my sister Natalie, like people,
it was. I forgot that.
Yes, I used to say that. Where now we never say it, so I think people are probably
we need to put it like in our description box.
Why is Max saying you're Raylos?
We're Raylos. We're not Raylos.
Well, there are. Well,
You don't
there are
follow them
Raylos.
around going, "Why aren't you kissing yet?"
Yeah, you know, because we're not going to talk about rail.
Yeah.
I don't what?
But anyway, so that's kind of how it all happened. But yeah, we probably I feel like I just assume people know we're siblings, but people don't always know. So
It's true.
I know. I didn't know until I don't know who said it. I think it was a post
was it
maybe
when we
that
were
you
on
guys
Toxic
made.
Femininity?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Because I had no, it was actually when I had talked to you, and then she's like, oh, and my sister, and I'm like,
Got
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Shellback. I'm not.
Yeah.
She was like, they're not lesbian lovers. Okay.
Well, that's a good thing though. Like if you don't know, you got to ask, right? Otherwise, it's just a question hovering there, and you just get a body. But yeah, your sisters. That's even more fantastic because you don't see a lot
We
of
are.
family that can get along
Exactly.
without wondering why there's a white chalk line on the wall behind you one day in a live stream. It's like, where's your sister? I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, Max, relax. Exactly. I got where you were coming from.
I am not fantasizing, Ram Bam. I'm not that. No.
Yeah, you guys do. You guys do. But yeah, that's true. Kind of like what Fat Steven was saying. It's very rare that you come across like siblings doing this. Like we've come across like a father and a daughter doing this type
Yes.
of thing.
Yeah, Fallon, relax. Yeah.
Yeah. And her, and her dad, but not like, not like siblings. So that's a
Gina-
very cool niche you guys have.
Oh, well, thank you. I hadn't really thought of it. She said, but I think the only sibling pair that I know on YouTube is the Hodge twins.
Yeah, it's true. I think.
Oh, I freaking love them.
I do too. They crack me up.
I gotta wax Wayne for a minute, but yeah, I was watching them back where they were just doing like workout videos and stuff, and then they changed from being the Hodge twins to the conservative twins.
They did, yeah.
The conservative. Who the? Oh, they're the same ones. Okay, and they. Oh my God, they kill me. They say so many bad words, but they kill me.
They're fun. They're funny.
They'll just say stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I just lose it. I just start laughing because I can't. They made me laugh for so long.
Yeah, Nick and Sam is another one. Sorry about that. Let me catch you up. Yeah, theme park. You know it too. Yeah, but they're twins.
They do. That's right. That's right. They are.
I don't think I know Nick and Sam.
Nick and
you'd
Sam,
have a delay.
The Australian brother, identical twins. The
I don't know them.
Yeah.
So then, that's cool. Like off stream though, are you wrangling each other's necks, or is it actually the same as it is offline, as it is online? You guys get along, opposite opinions, but you're willing to come together, just like even watch a movie for a minute and just work with that kind of formula.
We get along most of the time. Like any siblings, we have our fights, but for the most part,
but I also think that's like the beauty of a sister, somebody that you know each other so well and you're so close that you can literally be
like you're annoying me right now.
So annoyed at each other, and then like 5 minutes later you're past it, and you're laughing again and stuff. So it's just like, because you can't really do that with like many relationships in your life. No. Like that, there's just that level of understanding. What it's like, you don't truly get offended that easily by each other, So it just makes it easy.
Yeah, it's weird because I like my family relationship in general is like my brothers. We don't get along at all. So when you see the actual people getting along, it's kind of an awe, like a weird kind of thing. It gets you awestruck. Because you're like, they're getting along. They're not pulling out sharp objects. Nor are they have 911 on speed dial. This is definitely not a family I'm used to. There's something wrong here.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's hard sometimes.
I don't know how true you think.
Let's see. There are 55 of you in here watching. Thank you so very much. We have Michelle and Natalie here from Force of Light Entertainment, and we're going to get to our discussion topic here. Yeah, Ram Bam, they changed their name. They used to be the Hodge twins, and then they came out as conservative, so now they're the conservative twins. Still the same thing. Still the same routine, which is hilarious.
What gets me about them, sometimes I'll laugh the most, I think, as somebody that, it's like that works, with my sister some. It's like they will, like, whereas we'll try and like be nice, on camera, try and be polite. I love that they just kind of go for it. They're like, shut up, man.
They are, oh God, they are like unapologetically rude to each other, and it's funny.
Right. And they'll just laugh it off. But I mean, I love it.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. But what is absolutely flipping amazing news? I mean, we knew Gina was working on something. We knew that. It was very, hush hush, nobody could talk about it and all of that. I am so excited to hear this news. Now, you guys did a video on that. So why don't you guys catch us up a little bit with what's happened with Gina?
Yes, well, they and if you guys watch our video, those of you in the chat, like I genuinely I'm reading it out loud and my excitement is genuine. Like I'm getting very excited as I read through this article because the fact that it's like an action thriller, a woman like kind of avenging herself. It was just like,
I think
yes,
it's just perfect.
it has a serial killer. It's like, what more do I need?
Yeah, sign
like
me up.
I'm sold. So I'm very excited for Gina. I just because of everything they put her through publicly, just humiliating and shaming her publicly. I'm really excited for her to, and I know she's excited to get working on this, and I can't wait to see it.
I would love to see her get the role as Xena if they were decided to remake
Yes.
Xena. Because she has the
Yeah.
physique, she has the hair, and she wouldn't have to
Mhm.
do that weird scream that haunts my nightmares. And you just gotta find a perfect Gabriel, and you're good. But yeah,
You know, I really
Absolutely.
hope that as time goes on, and I really hope that this movie goes well, and it sounds great. So it's just executing it at this point.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The basic to this story sounds good, and it's coming from a book, which makes you feel like they've got a lot of source material
Yeah,
to write
I
a good
like
script.
that. Yeah, when it comes from a good book.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
two things that I noticed when I read about the announcement of this movie, and it's like, hang with me here a little bit. Do you know the person who is doing the screenplay for that? Wrote the screenplay to Blue Steel. This is one of my favorite movies.
Why
I've
am I
never
hearing
seen Blue
Zoolander?
Steel.
Why am I hearing Zoolander all of a
I am
sudden?
too.
I
Blue
I I, I
Steel.
know this is what cracked me up. When people are like Blue Steel, I'm like, that was a freaking movie.
They all
It
look the
yeah,
same.
it was a movie. Some of it was kind of panned, but before there was like Discovery ID and Lifetime movies and stuff like that, there were films like this, like Blue Steel. She's lady's a cop. She has to deal with like a psychopath. It's like that thriller that's going on. And for those people, for people like me who watch an obscene amount of Discovery ID, Who Done It, Women Who
Yeah.
Kill, stalker movies, stuff about serial killers, you're going to gravitate to this book because the book that this is based on, which I believe, actually, here it is. This is the book that's called White Knuckle. Basically, there's a guy who's a trucker who's a serial killer. I have never heard of that
Jeepers,
Yeah.
combination
does Jeepers
before.
Creepers count?
No,
Because technically
no.
he drove a truck and killed and ate
I did
people.
because I didn't see Jeepers Creepers, but I did see Maximum Overdrive. Yes, I know Stephen King was coked out when he when he wrote it, but I
and
thought it was a cool
like
movie.
not to give anyone ideas, but it seems like something that could work because a truck driver's driving to and fro all
Yeah,
the time.
that's true.
I mean, I'm not trying
and
to.
at night.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not
you
trying to
know,
give ideas here. We don't need that. But my point is it's a good
It's a
idea. It's a
believable-
believable
yeah.
idea for a
It
movie
is
or a book.
very believable. I'm like embarrassed I haven't read this
Yeah.
because the
Sounds
premise
good.
is crazy. It's like they're not in one place. There's a whole trucker community. But to even bring it back to like this, who were the biggest heroes of the whole pandemic besides healthcare workers?
Oh, the
McDonald's.
truck,
I heard it.
the truck people shipping everything around.
Exactly. So you're going to get that audience for the most part hooked into this as well. So it's from so many angles. This is I am extremely excited to see this because
Oh,
Me too.
there's so many angles to this that hit so many places that people are going to be seriously just like interested in this. It's not your white collar serial killer, you know.
yes.
So it's
Yeah.
And
not that.
well, and to say to anyone out there, because I commented back, but we had a comment that said that was like, I'm really rooting for Gina, but I don't have much hope because it's the Daily Wire, and I just informed them I was like, the Daily Wire is just funding this movie, like
Yeah.
they're funding and like helping distribute it, but
Yeah.
they're not like writing it, directing it, anything. Like that's
Right.
given to other people that have made movies.
So this is falling into the
Exactly.
Shapiro. This is falling into the Shapiro kind of thing, like with his thing. That's what you're saying. Daily Wire is funding it, but they're having the free reign is all on the director, the producers, and everyone else in between. So as long as they
Yes.
Right.
follow the content, because
Mhm.
there is source material. We know a lot of companies when they hear source material, they don't actually use it or they swap it. There's still a chance this will come out dedicated to the book and the author, the story, rather than the agenda and the checklist. So it's that hard playing field you're reaching this point.
Yeah.
You don't know whether or not it's going to be a strike or it's just going to make you look for the things that piss you off. And I don't know if we're being trained to look for that first any more than just looking for the quality.
I think what happens is when the quality is there, the people will flock to it.
Mm-hmm.
When the
Yes.
quality isn't there, they're not going to pay attention to it. Granted, I haven't seen A Quiet Place 2, mostly because I just have
So
not had
good.
Yeah.
time. Okay.
So good.
But
So good.
so much talk about that and how it did at the box office is undeniable. People
Yeah.
will actually go and see these things. So I think the whole thing of like agenda driven entertainment, people are not throwing money for that.
Mm-mm.
Budgets are extremely tight. People aren't going to blow money on movies they're not interested in. It's like case in point. What is that? The Tomorrow War I finally got to see on
Ah.
Amazon Prime. That was fun to just like
Mm-hmm.
watch. It didn't really cost me anything. Hey, Shane Nolan, yes, my family are all in freight, truckers and shipping. So it's like you have this type of profession, because like blue collar professions usually are not highlighted in movies. They are in a lot of made for TV movies, but not something really of this scale. Like I said, it's usually
That's
like some white
true.
collar serial killer or something like that. So it's such a wide audience, and this premise is just absolutely it's freaking brilliant.
It is. I mean, that, of course, as Fat Steven was saying,
She called me fat, and no, that makes everyone awkward. I called her fat. I'm like,
Can
that's
I
why it's in
can I
my
call,
name, so you can call me fat without feeling guilty. It's okay. You
I
can
was
call
gonna
me
say, can I
fat, so
call
you
you
can call
Fat
me
Steven?
fatty.
I'm like,
No, you
Mr.
can call
Fat.
me whatever. It works. It's okay.
Shellback says truck driver serial killer. Wonder what his CB handle is. Lady killer? Would that be too on the nose? It's funny, Shellback. You should mention this because the Gina's character, she's being helped out by a like veteran trucker, like to help. So
Yeah.
she's paired with this guy to help track this guy down. So that's going to be interesting finding out what. No, his handle I think actually is white knuckle. That is his handle.
I
Okay.
have I have actually something to share as well, which is pretty much good news that a lot of people are waiting for. Because, Lauren, I do a lot of gaming streams in the morning, right? But we
Mhm.
woke up today with Ryan Reynolds doing pre-recorded quests within the Fortnite game. I know Fortnite, but Fortnite Free Guy comes out tomorrow,
Yes.
and
Yes
I
and no. It comes out actually today where I am. I'm going to
well,
Yeah.
see
lucky
see it
lucky
tonight.
you. I guess Canada sucks. But the side note of that is, did you guys also hear that the Venom 2 movie was also pushed back till October?
Oh, was
No.
it?
Yeah,
I did not hear that. I did not
but
hear that.
they literally recorded
Hey.
Ryan Reynolds doing like in Fortnite you do quests, right? But and there's these ATMs like from the game from the actual movie, and he's actually in there giving you quests and talking in real time. They actually recorded Ryan Reynolds doing these quests. Like it's weird. So they're pushing him. They're going to have he's getting a skin. The enemy of him in this from this movie is going to be a skin within Fortnite in a couple of days or even tonight. So even Fortnite's if they're seeing potential in this movie, unlike Suicide Squad,
Mm.
there's something coming.
The talk about this has been really good, and
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to put the picture out, but I was down at Disney Springs today, and they already not only have like the Free Guy advertisement all over the movie theater there, but there's a Joffrey's coffee truck with a Free Guy skin all over it. I have to put the video up on Twitter. Hey, Stone Cold Jeremy, how are you doing? I'm always seeing you in the This Week in BS chat. So thank you so very much. It's a super sticker that says Shiba Dog raising an arm to greet someone asking how's it going. It is going great, Stone Cold Jeremy. I'm so glad to see you here and so thankful for that super chat. Thanks, man. I so do appreciate that. Free Guy has been all over buses in Oxford. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's every movie theater that I've been in, and they played the trailer for Free Guy. People have lost their minds because it looks like fun. You know, and I said, how long have we seen a movie that's been fun?
It reminds me of
Yeah.
a more. It feels like it has a like. I hate using Deadpool as a reference, but it feels like it's a Deadpool feel to Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
Heard someone say that almost exact thing. They said it's kind of like Deadpool light mixed with Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I cannot flip and wait. I can't flip and wait to check it out.
I think we're gonna go see it tomorrow, or definitely tomorrow or Saturday.
Hmm.
But yeah, it looks pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. That's all we want
It
now. I just
really
want
does.
fun. I think all of us just want fun. We want fun in film, fun in
Yeah,
theaters.
Free
We
Guy
just want.
looks so fun. Yeah, we just want fun. And to even bring it back to Gina's movie, although it's not like a comedy, it's a thriller. And for
Yes,
people who like thrillers, that is fun.
it
Oh, it
is. It
is.
is.
Yeah.
That's
When
why
the
if
hair.
you like thrillers, you've got to see A Quiet Place
You
too. It's
do.
so good.
Okay,
I know. I have so much to watch. Oh, Kai L Wong. I love that avatar. For £5 British. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate that. And you, let's see, which super sticker is
it's the
it?
punching.
Let
It's
you.
the punching. Shibu Inu.
Oh, I love that. Punching Eva Shinu dog. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate that. You guys are so generous. Free Guy gets a Joffrey's truck. Jungle Cruise got cardboard stand. Yeah, so yeah, Jungle Cruise has like this little cardboard photo op opportunity, but yes, Joffrey's yeah, Free Guy got the Joffrey's coffee truck. That thing is gonna be mobbed. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. I started watching A Quiet Place and I didn't get a chance to finish watching it, but it's one of those that I'm gonna go back and watch because one, it is a thriller.
It is.
It's a thriller. Even the way it was set up, I'm like literally in the edge of my seat watching.
Yeah.
And I really think that this project that Gina is working on, it looks like a home run. It really does.
Well, and I know A Quiet Place got a bigger budget for the second one, and they did have to do the CGI monsters, which was going to be pricey to have to do. But it still was a cheap movie for today, and it's like Gina's like this story is something you can do for a very reasonable price as far as movies today are concerned, because you're not going to need a bunch of CGI or nonsense going on. It's
Right.
just
No.
it's a straightforward story.
Yeah, it's for like here. Okay, Gina Carano will have her revenge. Funny how this dropped in Deadline, which is digital fish wrap. But in her first project since The Mandalorian, we can reveal the actress is set to star as a traumatized woman who hires a long haul trucker to track down an infamous serial killer. And you guys are right. What C doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of CGI
Mm-mm.
that's involved, but
No.
it's perfect.
It's perfect. And
Yeah.
okay, for starters, it's a story that's a revenge story like that. And then you're like, did the serial killer kill someone close to her? Which would then make you so endeared to this character. So that's something I think women can really get behind, but men are going to enjoy watching Gina Carano track down the
It's
serial
true.
killer.
That kind of movie attracts
Both.
yeah, both for sure.
As a man, I use that loosely. I would like to say I love watching a woman kicking ass on screen.
Yes,
Like
she
when we go back to
is.
like Xena or even Black Widow before the Black Widow movie that we don't talk about. A lot of people like strong women because it's not always based on their attractiveness, is how they deliver the performance. And especially with thrillers, if they can then nail the emotional aspect, like you're saying Quiet Place 2 is so well done, then this could be a blockbuster within itself and put the Daily Wire's like funding on the map. And I think they got to take this chance, and at least they're willing to take this chance.
Well, and what's so awesome too, well, for starters, Gina has the physicality to fight men in a way that it's gonna be believable. We've seen it in Haywire and other movies, The Mandalorian, other things she's done. But gosh, my brain on that. But two, where was I going? My mind some days. It just literally left.
Long day.
She has a great stomach.
Yeah, she's a physical actress. So to be able to play a part like this.
I know what I was going to say. Besides that, something as far as like Fat Steven talking about strength, to women, us watching, just the fact that a woman would be willing to try to track down a serial killer to avenge something, that's strength in itself. And like we're sold, like we admire that, because most women, we would be intimidated.
Get
them, police. You know.
Are you saying Queen Latifah as the new Equalizer doesn't come up to that par though?
No,
I didn't think so.
No, she
I'm sorry.
We don't speak
The
of
Queefalizer,
that. But I just know I just know for me personally, and Behemoth, I'm actually gonna get to your point with that. I know for me, before I got into engineering, I wanted to be a homicide detective. That was what I wanted to do. Yeah, because when I was going to school, women being in engineering wasn't common. I didn't want to go into a field where it was common for women, but I loved watching like mysteries with my grandfather, and he liked watching mystery shows. I would get sucked into it. I would read mystery books all the time. And I used to watch Miami Vice a lot too. That had nothing to do with it. But to be able to solve crimes, to help those who are, the survivors of the victims of a crime, help the victim's family out, help them to get closure. That was something personally that I wanted to do. And then my mom's yelling and freaking out saying, I'm going to get shot. What happens to me, if I get shot or something like that. So I didn't go on that particular path, but that whole thing of like being a homicide detective still fascinates me.
It is fascinating.
Please tell me you watched on Netflix Unbelievable.
Did I watch Unbelievable?
It's so good. Talk about truly a good like female led.
What was it about?
It's a true story, and I mean I've read the account. Like they did it perfectly from what the records from the court show. The whole show. It's a case where there was a serial. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word on
therapist.
Yes,
there you go.
Violator. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and it was two female cops that are polar opposites.
Or detectives.
Two. Well, I mean, a detective is a cop, but two female detectives that are able to track this guy who is so good down, and he had been going across different states. It is truly great. Since you said you like detective, and I just thought of it because it's two women that actually it's a true story.
It's really good
that track this serial therapist down.
Right.
That is, I can't believe I haven't freaking seen that.
It genuinely, by the end of it, few things have this reaction. I actually like tears streamed down my face, but they were like joyful tears.
Yeah, definitely.
I will have to watch it because that is stuff like that is stuff that I like, that I love to watch. Like something that I'm addicted to right now on ID Discovery is it's something called it's a reality series called Deadly Women, where it's like about you hear about male serial killers, but you don't hear about female serial killers, and they'll piece together like cases, not even from just like now, but from cases like 100 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all
I
about.
like stuff like that.
I mean,
yeah.
it's all about equality. Women can be serial killers too.
Oh, and how they did it, and you had like an FBI profiler who has the coolest freaking job. I wish I'd known about it back when I was a
That
kid.
is the cool job.
But she will nail it down to real. She'll say, women, when they want to off somebody, they like to use poison. They kind of like that. You don't usually have a woman who's getting like a blunt object and
Yeah.
decapitate people. That's just not with how she says it, and it's
Oh
just like,
God.
wow, you don't even think about that, but just how stories like that suck people in, especially when they're real life stories that you see what happens, to like with the families and and the people that and the cops that actually help them out, or the cops that will actually talk about how this certain serial killer avoided them for like 20 years and how much it frustrated them in the day that they actually got them. It's Those stories are like amazing, and yeah, this movie is going to tap actually into that. So I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Everybody's been waiting to hear what Gina's going to be working on, and it's just like, no, working on it, can't tell you, can't tell you, can't tell you. And and then this news drops. I'm blown. I'm really excited for her. But yeah, Behemoth, like you say, yeah, that's gonna happen, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, Gina's used to it. So it's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
It's the same thing, Behemoth, when they were trying to like when CBR went after like the War for Cybertron, the Netflix Transformers series, saying, "Oh, there's now a lesbian relationship between Black Arachnia and Air Razor." Like, no, they were playing. They were literally nodding their head to a scene in the original Beast Wars where Rhinox captured Rat Trap, and Rat Trap kisses him on the cheek and pokes him in the nose, goes, "My hero." Then Rhinox drops him. It had nothing to do with anything else. They're always going to have hit pieces. You know why they need hit pieces? Because it's the only way people will go to their site. So the advertisers give them money. This is all about money. They don't write.
It's called, like I say, it's called digital fish wrap. Oh
Mhm.
no, Muslim uncle, your electricity is out. Ah,
Ooh,
shoot,
you
watch
better
party to the
save
phone.
that phone.
Yeah, you might need it.
Save
Yeah,
that
I
battery.
love true crime with Lorraine. Oh, I love true crime shows.
I'm
I
addicted to the
miss.
true crime YouTubers. I love
And
that stuff.
Ram Bam said, "Unbelievable sounds awesome." You will watch it's like 6 or 8 episodes. Again,
Yeah.
it is based on a true story, and the only way to describe it
Mhm.
by the end is that was unbelievable. I mean, it's true. But the two actors, the actresses, they were up for awards. Like it's really well acted, and
Yeah.
and it's very accurate to the court case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
good. So Ram Bam, check it out.
It's funny you should say that. Yeah, Ram Bam, you should see how stupid some of these people are. You should see how stupid some of them are. They'll try something like that. It's just like, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
okay.
I had a
Okay.
separate question though. Like, have you guys delved into the Invincible series yet on Amazon by chance? I don't know if
I
how
almost
addicted you are to
started that
Amazon.
one night and then I did it because I've heard good things
yeah,
about
I've
it.
seen people
You
mention
you
it so much.
you might want to, because I know they were signed for season 2 and 3, as well as there's a real life adaptation coming as well, and I believe it's all funded through Amazon as well. And the main owner of the franchise has, I think, full creative control on how it's being delivered. Yeah, a lot of people are saying there was woke moments, woke this, woke that, but at the end of the day, if you're not looking for that and you just watch it, it was a good cartoon. It's a little bloody, like the way Suicide Squad was for 2021, but it's a fantastic series. It was one of those things where you wanted all the episodes to come out at the same time, but they did it in a way that was not a binge model. You didn't feel like you wasted it.
Yeah. I've only heard good things about that show.
Mhm.
Yeah, me too.
I'm laughing at Filter because this
That
is about
was
the
pretty
third
good. I saw
time
that.
I've heard about the truck being a Disney truck.
Can you tell us what you saw on the scene? Big ears, just big ears.
Yeah, that's for deadly women, black. So yeah, some of them are just like, oh my gosh, I can't flipping believe, that they, that women would do something like that. But that goes to whenever I hear about people making excuses saying that female-led projects don't make money.
Bull.
It's like it's not true. It's like if they're
Yeah.
well
Yeah,
done.
right.
I've run into a lot of men who will watch, Deadly Women, or just like, yeah, I watch that show all the time. And they're mostly women. There are a couple of men that are in there too. But there are like women who were like FBI profilers and cops, and doctors and other, forensic, I think some person I knew was like a forensic pathologist or something like that, something I'd never heard of. And it's nothing but women. But they make money. It's just above all, you need a great project. You need a
Yes.
great story.
Well, we're in a day that if people will take a story, if we can just get good stories, like I think they'll make money because people are hungry for something good.
But the we're at the point now where good stories isn't enough to Hollywood. Good stories is taking a chance, and the thing is, with taking a chance, it's attaching to the dollar sign, and then we're focused on the dollar sign because if they can do the checklist to the minority, then at least they know they'll get that minority's money, rather than focusing on the whole. That yeah, Hollywood used to be based on the fact something's going to flop, something's going to be great, but if you never take the chance, you're still mating the creativity of film industry. It's even comic book
Definitely.
industry.
Mhm.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's what's so exciting about
Mhm.
this project. It has nothing to do with these big studios. So it's like if
Yeah.
they will take that source material, they can make that source material sounds awesome. So they can
Right.
make a truly great story and people will flock to it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. It's there are people out there with the kind of money to make a movie who will basically say, "Okay, yeah, I believe in you here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make the movie and get back to me." You don't hear them. They're not like all over Hollywood, and some of them they're in Hollywood, but you don't hear about who they are. And if you have someone willing to cut the check, which is pretty obvious, especially with the Daily Wire, and it's not just the Daily Wire, there's other places, other smaller projects too. Well, fund their movies, and then get them out, because it's no longer about putting movies in the theater. If people have been paying attention over the past 5 years, now it's like, forget a studio deal. I have a Netflix deal. I have a Hulu deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's where more people are looking for now, and the barrier to entry isn't the studio system anymore. So that's
Well,
that's going to be changed.
I agree with that. We'll eventually reach a point. I don't know if you guys agree as well. This is like a question in general that we'll eventually reach a point where we'll see films start popping up more and more on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, just like the independent comic book industry. And films will start getting funded through that because we're reaching a point where every time Hollywood says no, another Indiegogo project gets greenlit. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to
that's
sit still
true.
anymore. Everything
True.
we're getting to the point where we have a lot of people who have, like you said, the key word, Lorena, believe. They believe in
Mhm.
themselves enough to believe in the people that are listening, to fund them and give them something.
Absolutely.
And the part with humanity is with comes failure, but with failure becomes accomplishment, and that's a two-way sword throughout life. You can never constantly always fail and always fail. You're going to have ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. It's like a bumpy road, and we're going to have to
Mhm.
eventually step up and be the next Hollywood to a degree where it's based on imagination and not the amount of money made afterwards. I'm tired of hearing it's made $1 billion. Who cares? It didn't make me feel happy.
It's like, so, yeah, they'll talk about, did it make $1 billion? Yeah, but how much did it cost to make?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
sanity.
$1 trillion. Yeah, they don't talk about that part.
If you're looking at
But
a bag of gummy bears and going, do I want to eat these or watch Disney?
let's see, what's going to give me more entertainment? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go with the sugar-free
Yeah.
gummy bears, and then post a video on YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, you know what? This time it flies by so fast, because
Oh,
we're still going to have you ladies back
of course.
again
Yeah.
in the near future. But folks, please do subscribe to Force of Light Entertainment. The links to their YouTube and also to their Twitter is in the description box of the video. So, do you ladies want to talk about any videos or shows or appearances that you have coming up that you'd like the folks here to know about?
Let's see. I think just we've got we break down our thoughts on the new Gina Carano news, and you see me get really excited as I talk about it. And then I think this Sunday we'll have our free guy
Yeah.
review.
Sounds
So yeah,
good.
so we and then we always every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time we have the weekly roundup where we just kind of talk about a couple stories that interest us
Mhm.
throughout the week of news.
Hey, Aiken. Awesome.
I liked your
Awesome.
take on Ghostbusters. Honestly, I am excited for that, and it's kind of weird that we've only had like 2 major projects this year that we're actually looking forward to, and that's pretty much Ghostbusters
Yeah.
and Dune
That's yeah, Ghostbusters. I'm
and New
really
Guy.
I'm
Sorry,
really
Free Guy.
excited about it. Free Guy. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can see it early. I don't know what to do with myself.
You're so
Yeah,
right.
I remember Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I did like that. I did like that. Oh my gosh. But you know what? As usual, time flies on this show. Thank you so much, Michelle and Natalie, for hanging out with us. I so appreciate it. Like I said, gotta have you back. You guys are so much fun.
Oh,
You
thank
are.
you
you.
for having us.
Yeah, it was so nice to actually get to speak with you this time because
I know.
again, on
Yeah.
Toxic Femme, you were not able to be there that night. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, crap. Everybody else gets fun. Oh yeah, we had fun with Michelle and Natalie. I'm like, shut up. I didn't get to get on.
I would like to say thank you for your time also, because you ladies in general, like, not only as sisters, but you give a family dynamic that is fantastic. You feed off each other. You're honest.
Aw.
You're not going there for one reason. You give your personal point of view, your preferences, your also your criticisms, but you're not making it like you're doing it just for clicks. You're doing it to be yourselves. And a lot more of
thank
that on
you.
YouTube needs to be said. I'll give the same compliment to Reina too, because I don't want her firing me after this. But it's something that is a strength in a lot of people that sometimes gets lost, but you can always reclaim it. And I think this formula you guys have are great. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank
That-
you
that
so
was-
much.
That was, I wasn't expecting. I mean, that was from the heart.
Yeah,
I
fat guy
love
giving
that.
compliments. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
we
I'm
started
ignoring
with
it.
the poop comments and we ended with that.
Like, he has this.
That's what throws people off. That's
Yeah,
why I like
this is-
doing it. It's
this
like,
is-
this guy's
yeah.
insane. And then he goes with something nice. And I'm like, he wants our wallet. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I was thinking we'll get both you guys on our weekly roundup sometime when it works
Yeah,
for you all too.
definitely.
Oh, that
Ooh,
would
we should-
be
oh,
awesome. That
we
would
should
be
do a
awesome.
British one. We should make them watch like either the Fabulous you were talking about, or
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
or
What is
Little
that
Britain,
show
and
called
then we
again?
discuss
By the way,
absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely
You know
Fabulous,
what?
okay.
I'm gonna
And Little Britain.
actually-
Little
Little
Britain. Okay.
Yeah,
And,
well, I'll
yeah.
watch. I love the British
Yeah,
shows.
we do like.
You
the
won't
British
stop
shows.
watching either of them. Seriously, you won't. Like it will just be like, okay, more. Okay, more. Laundry's done. Fuck that, more.
It's just. Let me see here. I'm just gonna show you right here. Just this alone. I'm not playing the trail. I'm not playing it, but yeah, this is them.
Oh my god! It's like
Goodness.
it's literally what was that? What is the one with the space one? Oh my god, I can't remember. It's slipping my tongue.
I'm
What's
trying
this?
to remember.
What's the space one with the android and they're like, oh my god.
I'm gonna have to go back and check it out because I there's episodes that I've forgotten that I haven't had a chance to see. But thank you, folks, again so much. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Yes, very nice, very awesome to be here with you guys.
Yes.
Glad about that.
So
And
much I get to
folks,
talk to women. I'm getting maced. So
This
I
is-
just
this
leave
is-
this show.
but folks, thank you so much for watching. Please do hit that like button, share the stream out, and if you're watching this on the replay, please do hit that like button and share the replay out. We so do appreciate it here.
Red Dwarf.
And of course, Red Dwarf. Oh yeah, I forgot. Red Dwarf is another Britcom that you have to check out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's funny. It's like popped out Red Dwarf out of nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know where's going with that. And folks, please do subscribe to everyone on the panel. And even if you are subscribed, double check to make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube keeps
That's true.
unsubscribing people, which is a pain in the ass. So thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you.
Bye.